So I ended up ditching the headlamp. It's just before 5. If I can ditch extra gear, might as well. So all right, so we're almost a mile up. We're hitting this creek. We got to go up North Fork Lone Pine Creek. You probably can't read that, but this is gonna get steep. This is gonna be steep the whole way because we have like 5,000 feet to go up in like 3.5 miles. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty aggressive, I think. But it'll be getting light soon. I mean, it's easy for me to see, but here we go. I wonder how many other people are doing Russell today. It's 4th of July, by the way. Happy 250th birthday, America. All right, so we've crossed the creek once. We're gonna have to cross it again, and then I believe use these ledges to get higher. These are called the E-ledges. I'm not gonna try to pronounce the name. I don't even know it. It's like the Erzbacher or Evisbacher, or I don't know, something that begins with E. So just following this up super steeply. We'll have to cross again. I believe that's the ledge system you're seeing. We just crossed the North Fork for a second time, so we're back on the climber's right. Pretty easy crossing to rock hop. And pretty soon, I believe we're gonna climb up on these rock ledges above, but I have the map. I'm assuming this will be marked with cairns. So far, it's easy to follow, just very steep. So yeah, headed up here. This looks like it's blocked, so I'm gonna go up this way, but pretty soon we'll be up on the E-ledges. Well, it's not really cairn, and I don't see why you can't just continue up along the creek, but it seems like we want to switch back right here and gain that ledge from my map, at least. But yeah, surprised it's not cairned, but also surprised there appears to be a route right there too. But I think this is the way. All right, so we've gained the ledge. It looks like there's ways to switch back, but I'm pretty sure we just take this as a big ramp going up. Pretty wide, but so I see footprints in the sand here, which is a good sign, and you're going to be falling off the edge if you're too far to the right. So just following this ramp up somewhere and then cutting back to the left at some point. Had a couple class 3 moves to gain this ledge initially, but nothing sketch. I'm gonna be sucking wind. It's been 2 years since Mont Blanc and the Matterhorn, since I was up at this elevation, so yeah, I'm gonna be sucking wind up high for sure. Well, we found our switchback, just hugging the cliff, and look, some great views of some of the needles up there basking in the alpenglow. We got to get up to that saddle, and then we'll have views of all the mountains up there. So that's not that high above us, 400 or 500 feet. Just got to get over there. All right, and we've seen the sun for the first time. So I'm gonna get up to a shelf, then probably do sunscreen. Yeah, I'm gonna be sucking wind up high. I mean, it doesn't help that it's incredibly steep. Adventure, we're 2,000 feet up. Long way to go. All right. Whew. Finally flattened out. Great view. The Whitney Massif. Pretty sure that's Whitney that you're seeing. Lower Boy Scout Lake is right ahead of us in this basin. So we're gonna have to continue hammering up, following the water course, and eventually we branch right as opposed to the Mountaineers route for Whitney, which will stay more, go kind of straight up to the right of Whitney. We're gonna bend right. So I think the trail, people have said it gets confusing down in here. So we'll find out. But yeah, get a little respite at least. This is like the flattest section of the trail to this point. Okay, so somewhere we're supposed to cross the outlet of the lake here and be on the other side. The question is obviously just where. Huh. Yeah, I'm thinking right here. Totally missed that before. Yeah, it looks like either one. Either one. I like the look of this log if it doesn't move or break. Just gonna have to get up on this guy, which all right. Was this the route? Sure. Yeah, so we're gonna head this way now. Gorgeous greenery. Lower Boy Scout Lake is more like a pond, but ran into our first person of the day camping at Lower Boy Scout Lake. Hopefully this doesn't get too hard. There's not really the best trail all the time through these boulders, and maybe I want to be up there. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of shortcut it this way. We gotta follow the water course up and just get up on that shelf, so I think however you want to do it will work fine. I've seen a couple cairns, but not many, to be honest, so just working our way up. Yeah, looks like there's kind of a trail down lower. I'm probably too high right now. Anyway, headed up. All right, well, we are entering the Whitney Zone. Good thing I have my permit. So pretty soon, we're gonna branch off. We're gonna be going up, I believe, that way, up that slope. Whereas the Mountaineers route will continue kind of straight ahead. I'm getting the peaks confused now. But I think Russell's up there. I could be wrong, I don't know. Anyway, I have the map. All right, we are filtering water. We're crossing, I believe this is the last chance I'm gonna have to fill up for a long time. So I have like 2.5 liters with me. So I'm gonna carry that up to the summits. So yeah, just filling up past another group right here. All right, well, the time has come. We need to start heading up to the right. The Mountaineers route continues that way. If anything, we're too low. Yeah, we gotta start heading up this slope. All right, so we've identified the use path. Hopeful this is just gonna take us all the way up to the saddle. I think Russell's out of sight, but you might be seeing its formation there, and Whitney's out of sight. Got a long way to go. Tell you what, this sucks. Just slogging up sand. Just slide back every step. We got a long way of this. Unfortunately, a long way of this to go. So this is gonna be incredibly slow going. I don't know if there's the best route to take. I keep like bouncing on and off the track I have, so this looks kind of like a path. So I'm gonna follow it for a little bit. Or I just gotta somewhere go up that way. This is hard work, boys and girls. Come up from that meadow drainage. You can see the trail This would be fun to ski down. So yeah, a lot more steep slogging, probably 1,000 feet up to the ridge at least, if not more. Somewhere up there, might be up there, might be sight unseen. Yeah. This is incredibly, incredibly hard work, which I know. We're almost at 12.5. This starts to get tamer at like 12.8, but then we still have to keep climbing quite a bit to the ridge. Finally, there's a cairn. We've reached the point where the terrain is leveled out. Hallelujah. Oh man, that was really hard work. There's Whitney. There's Russell. Russell. I'm losing it. We're going straight up to that saddle. We're gonna bag that one too. Carillon. But this is pretty stunning. There's Mount Whitney there, I believe. Yeah, pretty awesome. So don't look now, but we're approaching the saddle here. Russell's up there. I probably said Wilson because of Russell Wilson. We're gonna start angling right because I want to bag Carillon. And honestly, I probably could have just gone straight up the boulders there. I needed a rest. So that terrain was nice to walk across. So we're gonna gain the ridge here and show you the view, which should be spectacular, of, I forget the name of the lake. I'll show it to you in a second. Oh baby. I don't think that one has a name. There's quite a lot of snow still in the lake too. So that is Tulano Lake, and then that's Carillon somewhere. That's the Cleaver, and then as you go around the lake, that's Tunabora, and then you can keep going forever and just keep peaking. So we're gonna head up this way. It shouldn't take long. It should be 10 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and head up that way. So there is a lot of snow on those Whitney slopes, which might deter me from doing that. So we'll see. If I have to just do these two, there's nothing wrong. It's still like a 6,000 foot vert day with a 14er. So I won't be upset about that. All right, I've been mostly right of the ridge crest. I don't know if that's the right way, but now I'm kind of on the ridge crest, and I have kind of the final summit block. I just don't know what the right route is. So I'm moving real slow with the altitude. All right, let's just take you in here. What's the best way to get up here? Left or right? I'm gonna take left. Exposed? No, not really. All right, not quite there yet. Here we go. Summit. Carillon Peak. So quite a drop and regain to get to the Cleaver. Oh, summit registry. Cool little pond. That looks cool now. Look at that ridge. That lake is very impressive. So now we have to drop back, not a lot, and then a very steep gain up. And you might not even be seeing the summit. It's up like 800 feet, I think, from the saddle. Yeah, scouting out that Whitney stuff. There's some very steep slopes you got to cross and go up. And with those snow fields, I don't think that's something I want to mess with now. By the way, I think this Tuliano Lake is the highest named lake in elevation in the US. Like, just look at those snowfields, icebergs, whatever you want to call them. That would be pretty chilly to go in. So I think the ticket, if you're coming up, I think I should have just shortcut it rather than go to the saddle. But I think I just want to get down off the boulders and get to like easier slopes and then just kind of walk straight down. I think is going to be the ticket here. So it should be easy enough, I think, to walk off this. I made it back down, only 150 feet up or something from the saddle. So a long way to go. We're just following the ridge. At some point we'll have to go left or right and feel it out. But it's just steep class 2. But eventually I think we'll hit some class 3 moves or cracks or something. We'll feel it out when we get up to it. I have some pictures from Stav just in case. But yeah, I am moving very, very slowly. I do not have my 14er lungs in me, but it's all good. All right, so we're right up on the ridge crest and it's semi-exposed, without great footholds here. But I'm just gonna, this isn't gonna flake off. All right, we are slowly but surely going up. I think that's a cairn. So I just added my own cairn there. We've just come kind of straight up right of the ridge, kind of on a steep dirt path. Had to climb up a couple class 3 sections, but let's poke out here. I think we're gonna get a view to the higher points of the ridge. Yeah, we are. We absolutely are. So you can see we're just gonna skirt to the right of the ridge. Then it gets a little narrower. All right, we're on a more narrow portion of the ridge. Just climbed up over some blocks and should be okay. And maybe we find a route down to the right here is my guess, but not sure. Yeah, I think I want to wrap a little low. But yeah, it's very slow going. Not hard technically, but you know, a mix of class 3 stuff. Like I said, I'm moving slowly. So yeah, we gotta make sure we don't run off the right side here. But I think we're gonna go low. We could potentially walk up. I can't believe I haven't seen anyone else on this route. I was hopeful I'd see someone else. Alright, these ledge systems are kind of tricky. I found myself too high multiple times. And then I see the cairn way over there below that. But you can never fall off too far. So you gotta matters too much. I think we need to start going high. I don't know though. I don't think we want to fall off that thing. Oh, we successfully kind of come up. And now I think I want to be to the left of this pinnacle. It looks easy enough to just step up. But I don't know. There's probably a lot of different ways. I honestly think up there, maybe just out of sight, might be the east summit. And then we'll have to traverse over to hit the true western summit. So yeah, this is taking a very long time, but it's all good. All right, this is the east summit. Now we just got to go over there to the west summit. Little traverse. Hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, I thought we were getting there. Thank God. It's taken forever. So, probably just go down kind of right off the ridge. By the way, if I were to go down, I'd go down right here and then just down the super steep loose. It'd be like the hardest part would be right in the beginning, I think. But then you just follow this loose gully all the way down there, which is, I think, about 2,000, maybe not quite, below Whitney. So yeah, that would add a lot of extra time, and then I would still have 11 miles back. I'd be out here all day. So yeah, we're not going to do Whitney. Sorry to disappoint. I'll cut that out in the beginning. This should be hopefully easy enough to just kind of walk across and then climb up. I don't know though. I don't know. Yeah, this would be the descent. Oh, see, there's like a sling here to wrap. I guess there's some maybe easy class 5. I don't know. Yeah. Probably not that fun, probably a little sketch. Okay, after you come off the Russell East Summit and Ridge Traverse, you want to drop, and there's kind of a use trail on the right. I was too high and just got myself into a pretty challenging, exposed, like, class 4 move. So I saw this wraparound, and now I see some cairns, so I'm dropping to the wraparound. We're not far from the summit. It's just, you gotta figure out the best way up there. So you can see cairn here and then cairn there. So I think we are on the right track. All right, we've wrapped around the right side of the summit block. I think this is your summit, hopefully. Where are you? Which one? Some of these rocks move. You got to be so careful. So there we go. There's a registry. I'm gonna say the high point is right here. Yeah, baby. Russell. And then let's go over here. I had to work for that. That was a lot harder than I was expecting. Yeah, a lot harder. Oh man. There's good old Whitney. There's, I don't know, Upper Boy Scout Lake and Iceberg Lake, I think. Tough slog. I'm gonna eat a snack, drink some electrolytes, and then it's gonna take a while to get back down to the saddle, I think. Alright, so on the way back, instead of being down there, I down climbed the class 4 section, which was right there, and I went backwards, so probably safer to go down, but all right, this route is incredibly complex. If you drop too far, you're just gonna find yourself going off. So I just reclimbed like 50 feet, sticking closer to the ridge. I'm gonna try to hesitate or avoid the temptation to drop. But yeah, this is not easy. You think you can start getting down stuff and it just starts getting steeper and steeper and steeper, and before you know it, you might get stuck. So there's someone up there, so I'm gonna aim towards him. Well, don't look now, but we're almost down. Past handful of people just gave the group of 3 some beta. So hopefully it helps them. It's a lot trickier than I was expecting to navigate up there. Not a lot of cairns, and like sometimes you could probably do a lot of different things, but like if you start falling off the ridge too much, you get on these ledges that are kind of sketchy and exposed. So I didn't like that, but then if you're on the ridge, it's exposed and it's like these big blocks you got to climb up and over. So you got to find the right mix of both of those and utilize both routes. I don't know which way is best. This is what I'm talking about. can just kind of slide with it, let gravity do its thing. Well, this has been pretty miserable so far, although that's been the first 300 to 500 feet of like boulders, so there's not really a trail. I think I'm finally on kind of a use path. Just so steep. I thought I could just kind of ski down this. I've already fallen several times. Messed up my elbow. Okay, we seem to be on one of the main use trails now. I don't think I was before. So I think it was steeper. This is a little more pleasant and switchbacky. I'm just causing landslides non-stop. I don't think anyone's coming up, but you never know. But yeah, this is a rough descent. All right, we're more or less down that hellish mess, and I am taking some type of shortcut. Is it a good idea? I don't know. I just was following footprints. So we were over there before. I'm kind of shortcutting it here, but is that gonna work? Am I gonna hit a cliff? I don't know. Well, leave it to me to just get completely off trail. The trail's down there near the water. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm romping off these ledges. It looks like it'll go. So, and based on the topo, it looks like it'll go, so I'm not too worried about it. But I just kind of have to zigzag down. This granite's so rough on your hands. I should have worn my special weapons. Yeah, I'm like all cut up everywhere from banging into rocks, slipping, falling, scratching myself. I think there's a bunch of pebbles embedded in my elbow. Not really ideal. All right, I need to cross this somehow, and I'm a little worried that I'm just gonna go sliding. I can't go slipping or else I'm gonna fall off a cliff. So, the trail's on that side of the river. This is tough. Okay, I'm here. What now, you ask? Gonna walk up this dry rib and maybe step across up here. Don't slip, Kevin. Don't slip. I'm safer up here. Okay. I'm across that fork. I don't know. Trail might be right down there. I might be in luck. We got a view of the portal. We just have a long way to descend. So past Lower Boy Scout Lake, there's Whitney, and across the creek. Now just chugging down steeply. This is gonna be one of the slowest hikes of my life, like on a per mile basis. We're back to the main Whitney Trail. Probably got half mile left. I have no idea how this hike was so slow. I mean, it's hard, but I mean, it's absurd. I'm gonna do like a 9.5 mile hike in like 9.5 hours. Like, think about that. For those of you who watch my videos, that's crazy. I mean, granted, I didn't sleep well. My body's not acclimated to altitude. So yeah, I could have shaved a couple hours off that probably, but hooray! Oh, I missed these in the morning, the wag bags. Yeah, that was a tough one. But I'm back in one piece, and I am really scraped up all over the place. Yeah, crazy how long that took. But that was Mount Russell and Mount Carillon.